Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another WWE Weekly review. Let's start with Raw. Raw was pretty boring for the final episode before WrestleMania Backlash, but anyway, let's get into it. So the show kicked off with Charlotte, Nia Jax, and Shayna Baszler versus Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, and Asuka. And Asuka actually picked up the win by pinning Shayna Baszler after Shayna Baszler's leg got all weirded out. It kept breaking or something. And then Alexa Bliss was there, and she was had her eyes on someone, and it's pretty obvious that her eyes are on Charlotte. Because do you really think Alexa has her eyes on Shayna, Nia, Mandy, or Dana Brooke? No, it's obviously Charlotte. Then after that, we saw Riddle and the New Day talking about Randy Orton, and they're talking about how they have a match tonight against AJ Styles, Omos, Elias, and Jackson Ryker. And then they were talking about how funny it was when Randy Orton got hit by a tomato. And then Randy Orton showed up and said, you know what I think is funny? I think killing legends and taking or ruining careers is funny. And then he walked away. He said, see you guys out there. So yeah. Then we had MVP come into the locker room and basically give Braun Strowman an offer to take out Drew McIntyre, so it would just be Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania Backlash. And Braun Strowman was kind of thinking about it, but he didn't really give us an answer. Then after that, we had Jinder Mahal come back with his two new henchmen, Veer and Shanky. I don't know, Shanky is a weird name. But he faced Jeff Hardy, and he destroyed Jeff Hardy. Why is Jeff Hardy jobbing out to Jinder Mahal? I'm kind of glad he's back because we can get a cool rivalry between Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre. But why is Jeff Hardy going to jobs out to him? Why not some random jobber? No. Why not Drew Gulak or something? No, it's got to be Jeff Hardy. Just why? Then after that, we had Matt Riddle, Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods versus AJ Styles, Omos, and Jackson Ryker and Elias. And Randy Orton and company won by Randy Orton hitting an RKO on Elias. 1, 2, 3. Then after that, they were all celebrating, and Randy Orton RKO'd Kofi and Xavier, but didn't RKO Matt Riddle. And Matt Riddle was like, Randy, how are we going to ever make friends if you keep doing this? But yeah, that's just really funny. And this is the only good thing about Raw right now. So yeah. After that, we had Sheamus come out and talk about how he's not going to do an open challenge and stuff because he's going to be the first Sheamus or whatever that means. But then we got Humberto Korea versus Sheamus, and the match was pretty good until Humberto Korea went for a sunset flip powerbomb over the top rope to Sheamus, and I think he hurt his leg or his collarbone or his shoulder or something, but the match ended because Humberto couldn't compete. So sadly, Humberto Korea got injured. Hope he gets better, but Sheamus won the match because Humberto had to forfeit, technically. And after that, we had Cedric Alexander versus Shelton Benjamin, and the whole time, Cedric Alexander was destroying Shelton because he knew every move that Shelton was going to do. And then right when Cedric was about to win, he started mocking Shelton and talking too much and bragging too much, and he got too cocky, and then he got hit with a pay dirt or something like that by Shelton Benjamin. And that was it. Shelton Benjamin beat Cedric Alexander because Cedric Alexander got too cocky because he's a rookie. Then after that, we had Ria Ripley versus Asuka. So Asuka was in a second match. I don't know why. But Ria Ripley was, during the match, Charlotte Flair came back down and was distracting him. And then she sat down on commentary. And for a little bit, it looked like Asuka was going to win from a distraction from Charlotte. But then Ria Ripley caught her and hit her with the Riptide. And Ria Ripley pins Asuka. Who cares? Then after that, we had The Miz at ringside while John Morrison fought Damian Priest, and if Damian Priest won, he gets to pick the stipulation for The Miz versus Damian Priest at WrestleMania Backlash. Damian Priest won because The Miz distracted the referee while John Morrison was trying to pin Damian Priest by accident. So I think John Morrison was getting pinned by Damian Priest, and The Miz wanted to distract the referee, so the referee didn't see it. But then John Morrison turned around and pinned Damian Priest, but the ref didn't see it because the referee was distracted. So after that, that caused a distraction, and then John Morrison got pinned by Damian Priest, and then Miz came and tried to attack Damian Priest, but Damian Priest got out of it, threw him out of the ring, and then he grabbed John Morrison and hit the lights on him, and yeah. Honestly, don't really care. This rivalry was only good because Bad Bunny was in it. And then after that, Damian Priest said he wanted a lumberjack match. Why out of all those a lumberjack match? I don't know, but yeah. And then after that, we had Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley. And Drew McIntyre actually hit a Claymore on Bobby Lashley. And right when he was about to win, Braun Strowman came in and the match ended in disqualification, obviously. And Braun Strowman hit a power slam to Drew McIntyre, then a power slam to Bobby Lashley through the barricade, then a power slam to Drew McIntyre again, and I think one more, and he ended the show by standing tall. So yeah, that was the last show before, that was the last Raw before WrestleMania Backlash. So yeah, Raw was pretty bad. I'll give it like a 5 out of 10. Let's move on to SmackDown. Alright, now we've got SmackDown. SmackDown was way better. Let's get into what happened. So the show kicked off with Roman Reigns, Jay, and Jimmy Uso. And Roman Reigns was talking about how it was simple. All Jimmy had to do was fall in line and acknowledge him as the tribal chief, and he didn't. So then Jimmy Uso came out and he said, what if you lose the Universal Championship and me and Jay win the Tag Team Championships? Wouldn't that make us the head of the table? And Roman Reigns was saying, no, you never know. You'll never know how it feels. You will never be able to fill my shoes. And then he said, you don't think I can beat Cesaro, do you? And Jimmy said, no. Jimmy doesn't think that Roman can beat Cesaro, but he thinks he can. So Jimmy said, tonight I'll face Cesaro. And then Cesaro came out and he said, Jimmy, tonight I accept, I'll beat you, and then I'll beat Roman Reigns at Backlash. We also had Rey Mysterio versus Dolph Ziggler, where Dolph Ziggler got to win, but then Rey Mysterio hit him with a roll-up and pinned him. And yeah, we're getting this match at WrestleMania Backlash for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. We also had a Women's Tag Team Championships match, and Tamina and Natalya actually won, and they got fireworks and everything, and that was pretty cool. We also had Shinsuke Nakamura versus King Corbin, and King Corbin won with a roll-up, but then Shinsuke hit him with a Kinshasa and took King Corbin's crown. And yeah, the King of Strong Style has a crown on for King. So yeah. Then we also had Chapter 3 of Aleister Black's stories, and I don't really know what he was talking about, but he was talking about something like, don't sit down and watch life take control of you. Stand up and fight life, or something like that. And then there was this thing that slithered past him, and it was really creepy, but yeah. Then we also had a ceremony of braveness for Commander Aziz for defending Apollo Crews, but then Big E showed up on the screen and was talking to him. Then Sami Zayn came down and was starting to talk to Apollo. Then Kevin Owens came down and everyone started fighting, and then Big E showed up, and Sami Zayn went for a haluva kick on Kevin Owens, got hit with a stunner. Then Big E hit a big ending on Kevin Owens, and then Apollo Crews almost got hit with a big ending, but rolled out of the ring, and him and Commander Aziz left, and Big E was left standing tall. Then after that, Apollo Crews went back to complain to Adam Pearce about the match and how he shouldn't award them. But then Sonya Deville said, Apollo, you better be careful, or Adam Pearce will make you face all three of them, just like he made Roman face all three of them at WrestleMania. So Adam Pearce said, that sounds like a good idea. Next Friday, it'll be Apollo Crews versus Kevin Owens versus Big E versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. And Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce are starting to not work together. But yeah. And then in the main event, we had Jimmy Uso versus Cesaro, and Cesaro was beating the crap out of Jimmy Uso. He threw him in the ring, and then Roman Reigns came and attacked Cesaro, so the match ended in disqualification. But then Cesaro beat up Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns ran away. Then he beat up Jey Uso, but then they both started beating him up. And then Jimmy Uso was walking away, and Roman Reigns was saying, come on, Jimmy, get in the ring and help us take care of business. And Jimmy was like, it's all about you, isn't it? It's all about you, not today. And Jimmy was walking out. So Jimmy Uso was still kind of against Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. But then Jey Uso started getting beat up by Cesaro. Roman Reigns ran in and tried to help him. And then Cesaro takes down Roman Reigns, tries to hit him with a neutralizer, but Jey Uso attacks Cesaro. Then Cesaro beats up both of them, throws Roman out of the ring, and then he gets Jey Uso and hits him with two neutralizers, and he super kicked Jimmy Uso, and he was telling Roman, this is your cousin, are you going to do anything? And Roman did nothing. Roman did not help Jey or Jimmy, and yeah, so that was the final episode of SmackDown, final episode of WWE for WrestleMania Backlash. SmackDown was really good. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe, turn on the post notifications, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.